society is defined by the way it looks after its weaker section of the population. It is not defined by how the rich people live or how the rich classes, their lifestyle. It is defined by how is it planning to reduce this inequality. And then the sort of things you've mentioned before too, before this report, this elite capture. And it's not just a problem of Pakistan, it is a problem of almost all the developing world. It is also, of course, a problem in the richer countries, where you see this incredible situation of about the last time, I think maybe it was the UNDP report, I'm not sure, where around about 60 people own about the same amount of wealth as about 3.5 billion people on this earth, which are shocking figures, because there has to be something wrong with the world order where such inequality exists, and such, on one side, such opulence or wealth that can never be spent in 10 lifetimes, and on the other hand you have extreme poverty, and then with COVID, which is all it has done is that it has made poor people, whether they're in rich countries or in the poor countries, it's made them poorer. So more and more people have gone below the poverty line. It hasn't affected the rich people. In fact, some of the rich people have got richer during this COVID last 1 year. Elite capture is a problem specifically of the developing countries. And I was reading the FACT-I report. The Secretary General of the United Nations has made a panel under him which has come up with this report, and it is a shocking report. The report is that every year $1 trillion leave developing countries into tax havens or into properties in richer countries, and that $7 trillion of these poor countries, money laundered out of the countries, is parked in safe tax havens and leaving the poor countries. So basically, this is, if I just look at the world, this one fact is the reason behind this huge inequality in this world and the cause of huge poverty, because when this sort of money leaves the poor countries, employment is created in the countries it is destined for. So the poor countries are not only deprived of employment which this money could provide, not only does it also create poverty, because this is the money that could be spent on human development, but it also affects the currency. Because when so many dollars leave the poor countries, the currency gets affected. And when the currency gets affected and when it devalues, it causes more poverty or inflation. So this is a vicious cycle going on, and really, unless something is done about it, I'm scared that the richer countries will have to build these walls to keep these economic immigrants out, who will be trying desperately, risking their lives to get to richer countries. So this is the one factor which, in my opinion, is causing more deaths in this world, poverty, misery in this world, and unfortunately the richer countries, there is no incentive to stop this outflow from the poor countries of illicit money, because they gain from it. Now I come to the elite capture in our country, in our experience of 2.5 years. I'm proud to say that we are the first government that has gone after the cartels. No one in our history has gone after the most powerful sugar cartel. All it does is it just jacks up the sugar prices, and sugar is consumed amongst the poor people the most, because it's like the dessert of a poor family, and the children in poor families sugar is everything, and therefore, because it's consumed by the masses, therefore the sort of profits that are made by jacking up the sugar prices by the cartels, and because the cartels are all very powerful and connected politically, so this is the first time a government has taken this step. And we intend to, we've strengthened the Competition Commission again to stop this, these cartels from making these mega profits at the expense of the people who actually then bear the burden by, because of inflation, and they get poorer. What I was very proud of this report was the performance of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, a province that was devastated when we, in 2013, when we took over the province, it was devastated by the war on terror. There were bomb attacks going on, the people had migrated from